Alrighty then, welcome to the channel. Today we are working on a 2015 4Runner TRD Pro. He has got the Icon Vehicle Dynamics Level 2 kit. I believe it's the 0 to 3 inch kit. And we are working on our ball joints today. So these guys are a little confusing, I will tell you that right off the bat. Icon has a replacement kit online. To find this, you will need a certain part number. I will provide it at the end. Oh, here we go. I can give you that part number right here. This is for the Delta ball joint kit. So if your ball joints look like this is called the Delta ball joint kit. Part number 614551, and you can see it's for a FJ, a 4Runner, and it's like an LC. I believe it's a Lexus as well. So fits a couple of different things in here. And so these guys, luckily enough, they do give you a little instruction kit inside of the kit. But I just want to show you guys so that way we can kind of get a good understanding of what we got going on here. So the ball joint sits in here, kind of like so. It would sit inside of there, right? This guy's pressed all the way down inside of there, all the way down. And if you look, there's a little lip right here. So before you drive these guys out, make sure you remove this little cotter piece because it will hold that guy in there no matter how much might you put in them. I actually have a set over here that I forgot to take the C-clip out of. And look at that. I shot the lower ball joint, actual ball stud out of the knuckle because I didn't take that ring out. You can kind of see where it's pressing in the sides there. So make sure you take that ring out. When you do, it'll drop very easy. Like, it's little to no effort. You could use hand tools to drop these guys out, but I'm bougie and I use the Milwaukee tools. But yeah, and luckily enough, my customer just did these recently thinking it was those, but it ended up being this ball joint. These ball joints were fried, man. And actually I noticed there's a new design to these. If you look, the old ball joints kind of have two half circles in them. It's supposedly for pressing out the grease to get all the dirt and stuff out. And as you can kind of see, the design's kind of flawed. It literally flattened out that one side right there. It's no longer a ball. So I believe they got rid of that design and they went to this new design that does not have any like cutouts in the metal or anything. So we'll see how these do. These were on my customer's vehicle for 3 years now, 3 years. And the other great thing that Delta does do, or not Delta, but Icon does, they send you a warranty registration. If you look in the fine print here, this warranty is active for 5 years on the ball joints, as long as you send in that registration. So I would suggest doing that unless you guys are okay with spending almost, I think it was like 200 and some change every single time you need ball joints. So register that. And then make sure you take out these cotter pins or C-clips or whatever you guys consider them. Take them out of that inner joint right here. And then when you go to press this guy in, I've watched a few people who say to use a little dab of grease on the edge right here and make sure you clean out these bores. If you do not clean out these bores, you're going to have a hell of a time due to the grit, the mud, grime, grit, all the crap that's on the roads around the United States. So it gets all up in these edges, and then it makes it almost impossible for this ball joint to go down well. So then you're fucking slamming at it when you really don't need to slam at these things that hard. It's very easy, press in, press out. So that's my little video for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and slap these guys in. I'll install the cotter pin, and then I will get back with you guys and I'll show you guys the final product of what we got going on here. But I will say, if you're gonna be replacing these ball joints, make sure you get these done if you haven't gotten them done recently, because they are a big play in the alignment on these things. They are big play. So I literally, original set was literally shifting back and forth almost a 1/4 inch in this bore due to the rubber being worn out. So these have been replaced. I've got a new set for these on the way, and yeah, we're gonna slap in these ball joints and I'll get back with you. All right, and we are back. We have our new ball joints pressed in. I'm about to put that zip fitting in there, and let me just show you that clip is in that little ring I was talking about, that cutout in the side of the housing. So that's how you get that ring in there. It's seated properly, and when it seats properly, that's about the clearance you'll get. Some of them you'll have like maybe a little bit more, but not much. You just should protrude just a tiny bit, and then you'll be able to see that ring. And we are slapped it together on this install. Throw in the Zerk fitting. I definitely want to clean this guy off because that is gross before installing. And give me 1 second here. Okay. Alright, that's much better. It's much better. Not much. Hold on. Okay, there we go. A little better. Now, just make sure you get your Zerk fittings back in their homes. And boom, that install is all sealed up. Like I said, I have I think those are called control arm bushings coming in here in a minute. And I'm slapping this back on the runner and getting it back on the road. But yeah, if you're going to be doing this, I really suggest getting these OEM kits. 5023, 57310. Those are the 2 part numbers. This is the master kit, and this is kind of your standard kit. You need 2 things from these kits. You need this guy from this kit, and this guy from this kit. And then you need this guy and the press. I have 2 presses with me because I was just trying to see which ones would work right. But you need the press, and then you're also going to need a flathead screwdriver in order to get that ring out originally, because they are in there and there's a lot of grease around these guys when you're first slapping this apart. But yeah, that is a install all done. We'll get these guys back on the runner and get the customer back in action. And you will need an alignment after this. Don't you even try to get away with no alignment. You're gonna need an alignment. Don't even try. Whatever. That's how it goes, boys. Have a good one.